or probably even the money, under the cap that they want to be on the luxury tax to do it. And if they don't get a pitcher and they go for straight bat, it's going to be Machado.
Yeah, I just feel like there's just too much other options on the market for Baltimore to command this huge haul. I mean, nobody's going to... I mean, look at it this way. Does Manny Machado infinitely improve your chances to win over Mike Moustakas? Like, is there that drastic of a difference between the two?
It depends what Manny Machado you're going to get. I mean, I believe he's having obviously he's had an unbelievable year this year, but last year he had a down year. But that was his first down year since 2012, which I believe was his rookie season, and he only played 51 games. So if you get, normal Manny Machado, he's infinitely better than Moustakas. If you get last year's Machado or down Machado or I don't want to try as hard Machado, then they're the same. Because last year, 259 average with 33 home runs. I think Moustakas will hit, 20, 30 home runs this year and bat around 260. So not much of a difference there.
Yeah,
but if you get, normal Machado, you're going to get close to 40 home runs, batting close to 300.
Moustakas is on pace for at least 30 anyway, so that's pretty good. And the one thing I put some stock into as well is Moustakas has actually won a World Series, and then he got to Game 7 of another one, so he's been there before, and I don't know. I just don't see a huge difference between the two, but I would definitely take Moustakas if it's the difference between giving up a top 5 prospect and then a top 15 prospect. I'm going to give up the lower ranked prospect and just kind of hope Moustakas can.
I agree for sure because last year he hit 24 home runs, batted 272. The year before that, he had only 26 games played, so you can't go by that. The year before that, he had 22 home runs and 286, and then he struggled all his years before that. So he started breaking out in 2015. So those numbers worth it over the higher end of Machado just for the holding on to your prospects.
Yeah.
But he has a Moustakas contract wise, he's a mutual option next year, and it's a $1 million buyout. So it doesn't even matter about that for the Yankees as well, which is really good for them. His market value is 16.6, so about $10 million less than Machado, just for free agency talking.
He's a lefty as well, which obviously plays well for that stadium.
Yeah, I mean, Moustakas makes a lot of sense there. I think Machado's just the perfect Yankee, and if they're going to go big, they have all these prospects, and they're not going to be able to keep them all. So, rental Machado, really go for the World Series over Moustakas. This year, specifically, how well Machado is playing. Not to say that Moustakas is playing bad, but 14 home runs, 263 is a lot different than 304 and 18 home runs and 19 home runs that he has. I think that Machado is at currently.
Yeah, and we talk about this arms race between the Red Sox and the Yankees, but I really think it's an arms race between the Yankees and Houston, because if you look at that streak they went on, 10 games in a row, right in the middle of that, the DeGrom talks start. And the Yankees have one eye on them as well as the other eye on the trade market. So I really think they want to go over the top. And if it's Machado and DeGrom, sayonara Red Sox.
If they get Machado and DeGrom, they're going to make the World Series, and then you never know who wins it when you make it, but they'll make it there. But they'd also give up everybody besides Glaber at that point. And is that a bad option? No, considering they're in win now mode and DeGrom's got years of control and really good years of control, and Machado can be a game breaker for you and actually help you win a World Series. So it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world because you got to move those prospects anyway. But I think Yankee fans would be a little upset with having Machado as a rental and giving up so much for him and giving up a lot for DeGrom if they didn't win the World Series.
Yeah, well, it'll be. I know DeGrom's that's gonna be a painful trade for sure. But I just don't know that Machado necessarily will yet. You know, the longer it goes, I think the more the leverage is with the Yankees or whoever ends up getting him at that point. I feel like, and because Baltimore has to move him. I mean, they're going to get a compensation pick if they don't, and they're not going to.
Yeah, they'll move him. They might just be waiting until the week of the deadline, July 27th, 8th, 9th, and basically just testing teams, being like, okay, who wants him bad enough? Because if you can get into a bidding war with a couple teams for Machado, then it's better to do that than sell him now for a little bit lower.
Yeah, I mean, it would help if a bidding war is going to start. Then some of those other guys need to already be moved or whatever, and then because there'll be less demand at that point, and they'll have to pay the big price for Machado. But I don't know, man. It's so Yankees to just wait it out and make the move, and not even because they even have to, really.
Yeah, they're getting somebody. They need starting pitching more than they need Machado, though. They have the bats. You talked about it earlier, and they're in an easy ballpark anyway. So you call somebody up and you can get somebody a little bit easier there. That
will happen. They will get the pitcher first, but
and they need it. They need the pitching. CC's overperforming right now. They got these rookies coming up playing well, but how long does that last? And Tanaka, was just getting lucky. He had a higher ERA, and after a couple starts was awful. So I'm not too concerned about their pitching staff holding on. But if they get DeGrom and Sonny Gray starts to figure it out, then we're in trouble, because Severino, DeGrom, a good Sonny Gray, with CC being just doing whatever he can, that's a big four lineup there.
Yeah, and I mean, I'll take Sonny Gray as my 4 starter any day of the week, really.
Like your 3-4 starter, Sonny Gray, I'd take that too.
Yeah. Well, all right. We'll see how this Seattle series plays out, and hopefully Sunday night we'll have a more cheerier podcast. Because
hopefully.
This was a bad week.
This was a bad week, and if this could be classic Red Sox, where they could sweep Seattle and take 2 out of 3 from the Angels, and we could be singing a totally different tune come this time next week.
And hopefully that's it. Hopefully we're winning. So, well, all right, man. Good show, and we'll be in touch throughout the weekend.
Absolutely. Can't wait till next time. Hopefully, kind of, sort of, not really.
All right, man. Have a good night.
Later, man.
All right. The Periscope kind of died a little while ago, but for those of you that hung with us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and whatever app you like to listen to your podcasts on, we appreciate that and hope you enjoyed it. I'll say 2 out of 3 Red Sox. That's my official prediction, but like I said, who the hell really knows? We need the bats. I think the pitching will be fine, but we need the bats. So we'll see what that bottom half of the order can do, and talk about it on Sunday. Everybody have a good weekend.
Red Sox Nation, it's a kind of a family. Wherever I roam, a Fenway home, that's where I long to be. I'm a member of the Red Sox Nation, it's a kind of insanity. Yeah, I live and die with Red Sox pride for eternity. My mama told me bedtime tales about number 9. butterflies, dirty water, Tessie, and sweet Caroline. Now I sing them to my kids as lullabies. I'm a member of a great song.